Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
How are you this morning? Are you fine? Hello? Can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this morning we are going to continue our discussion. So after the midterm test, this is the first meeting to meet you again. Yeah. So the first I want to say happy fasting for the Muslim who do the fasting. Yeah. Okay. And then so today's topic is led by Elisa. Yeah. So as usual, so every student must give the following comment, say your greeting, your name, and the purpose of entering the Zooms, and then what you know something about the topics. Okay, please from Irfani, please.
Okay, hello, good morning everyone. So today we will discuss about how to say goodbye. This talk about what is the phase when we want to get a dismissal, and this the only solutions when the employees were in underperformance like that, and it will be discussed on later to be more detailed by Elisa. So I hope that when I attend this class, I will get new knowledge about this, and I will new insight from my friends. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Vini, please.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. So today's class, the discussion will be led by Elisa, and the topic is the road to goodbye when dismissal is the only solution. Now, what I know about it is that from the previous chapters, we have discussed that revolves around coaching approach. But in this chapter, we have to move from the coaching mode to the organization disciplinary procedures, because it will clearly be inappropriate for you to allow things to continue. So good luck for Elisa. I hope the discussions will run well. Thank you.
Okay, Adelia Futerico.
Okay, so good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. My name is Adelia. Today's Zoom meeting, we will discuss about chapter 7 with the topic about the road to goodbye when dismissal is the only solution, which is led by our friend Elisa. And I hope that we can answer the question given and discuss it together later. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Wilashola, please, yeah.
So good morning, everyone. Okay. Good morning.
Is there something wrong with your microphone? Okay, Elisa first. After saya, well, tentu Wila ya.
So good morning everyone. So today is my presentation about the road to goodbye. I hope you guys can understand the chapter very good. So I hope I can get the presentation run well today. Thank you.
Okay, Wila, please come back to Wila again. Okay, Wila Shola Gracia, please.
Hello, sir. Sorry for the inconvenience because my mic, there is something wrong with my mic. So good morning, everyone. Nice to see you all again. Today is our first lecture after mid-test. In today's meeting, we will discuss about the road to goodbye when dismissal is only the solution, that will be led by Elisa. Hope that the discussion will run well and all of us can give our perspective about the question that related to this topic. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so Miss Elisa, the technicians to lead the discussion, please.
Thank you, sir. So, good morning, everyone. So, today my presentation today about the road to goodbye when dismissal is the only solution. So, we're gonna start from the first question. We're gonna answer the first question first. How about Tiffany?
Okay, so the first question is, what do I know about the road to goodbye meaning in performance management? So, like I said before, so far we have talked about coaching, encouraging and recognizing excellent performance, and reacting to underperformance and or unacceptable conduct as close to the event as possible to help get the employee back on the rails. Here now at this chapter, we need to talk about what we do then this is having no impact. If this not have no impact and poor performance continues and the coaching is not working. In this chapter, we will also talk about the one of incidents of serious misconduct later. That is my answer, Elisa. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. How about Adelia?
So first question is, it means that when we had emphasis of a coaching approach and all that entails for dealing with the underperformance and or poor conduct with a confident expectation that the coaching will fix the problem, but unfortunately this will not always be the case, and you will be forced to move from the coaching mode to your organization disciplinary procedure, because it will clearly inappropriate for you to allow things to continue as they are for dealing with the misconduct and poor performance. That's my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Yaya. And how about Willa?
So for the first question, the road to goodbye is a situation where the position of an individual is on the edge and dismissal is the way out. Things that can make this happen, for example, like the individual's performance is not good, and even though it is fostered, there is still no improvement and change, or maybe the individual has a negative attitude towards team members, and this individual doesn't want to accept the feedback from the coworkers, and in the end, it makes everyone, including the leaders or manager in the company, feel uncomfortable and disturbed. And if there is no change, then the company can process this case further, such as asking for the specialists outside and inside the company regarding this case. And in addition, if the things that individual do are included in the qualification of employees who deserve to be fired, then a letter of dismissal will be issued by the company. That's my answer, Elisa. Thank you.
Thank you, Willa. How about Tiffany? Irfan?
Okay, from my answer that I could be assumed that to say goodbye means that a process or phase in work life that could be named also as a probation phase. And when we're dealing with the underperformance employees, and one of the solutions is the dismissal. And I think it is the answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So from the first question that I get is, when you discipline your employer harder and they didn't still follow the rules that you have in your company, sometimes you have to dismiss your employer for the good and for the best, because the rule is very important in the organization that you have. And we're going to the number two. How about number two? How about Yaya?
Okay, so the second question is a mention for things that important in underperformance in conduct and capacity to perform, right? So the first one is the employee need to know that the approach has now changed, and that is the first step in four-step process warming. Ensure that as a outcome of this first formal interview, all the coaching assistant that has taken place is documented for the record. The second one, the employee needs to know that help will continue active training and continue individual development will be provided. And the third one, the best way to do this is with the another manager is the room in the room, the employee should be asked if they wish to have someone with them. For the third and final warning, we usually insist, and if they refuse to nominate anyone, get the respect of fellow team member to attend. And the last one, for the counseling interviews need to be documented, and the first one needs to incorporate for the record all the previous coaching and formal discussion that have been taken place up to that point, including any incident where coaching has a product, improved performance or conduct. That's my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Yaya. How about Tiffany?
Okay, so there are four things that are important in underperformance: any conduct and capacity to perform. The first one is the employee needs to know that the approach has now changed, and that is the first step in the first steps process, which is a warning. And then the next thing that is important is this employee needs to know that help will continue, active training and continue individual development will be provided, but it is up to them and then to deliver. And the third is the best way to do this is with another manager in the room. The employee should be asked if they wish or to have someone with them. And the last is counseling interviews need to be documented. And the first one is to incorporate for the record all the previous coaching and formal discussions that have taken place up to that point, including any incidents where coaching has produced improved performance conduct. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. How about Willa?
So the first things that is important in underperformance is first, the employee must be notified that the approach has shifted, and in this step, it can be said as a warning for the employees. Second one is the employee must be assured that guidance will be supplied in the future. The company will actively conduct like training and ongoing individual development will be provided, but it will be up to them to deliver. The third one, the easiest approach to do this is in the presence of another management. The employee should be asked whether they want someone to accompany them. And the last one is counseling interview should be documented. So with the first one covering for the record, any previous coaching and informal discussion that have occurred up to that point, as well as any incident where coaching has resulted in improving the performance or conduct. That's my opinion. Thank you.
How about Irfan?
Okay, for me, that as you know, there's the four things that first is the employee needs to know that the approach has no change, and it is the first step in the first step process of learning. Second is the employee needs to know that help will to continue active learning and continue individual development will be provided, but it's up to them to deliver. Third is the best way to do this is with another manager in the room. The employee should uh, should the employee should be asked if they wish to have someone with them. For the third and final warning, we usually insist of the refuse to nominate anyone, get respectful team member to attend. And the last is consulting interviews need to be documented, and the first one is incorporate. And all the previous coaching and informal discussion that have taken place up the point, including any incidents where coaching has produced improved performance conduct. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So you guys have the same answer. So maybe I don't have to repeat again for the same question. That the first step is correct. That the fourth thing is very important in undercover performance. So we're gonna move for number 3. Let's start with Willa.
So the principles key in conducting the performance, first, they must know that this is no longer coaching. This is a formal process with 4 steps, and the second to last step will be a final warning followed by dismissal for a repeat breach for which there is no satisfactory explanation. Second one, the manager or leader will help the employee, but the employee itself must also help themselves. They must be directly asked to provide any explanation, reason, or an event or circumstances that may have affected their behavior and should be taken into account in judging the seriousness of their misconduct. The third one, ensure another supervisor or manager is present and the employee has a representative. And for the last one is all interviews should be recorded, and the first one needs to incorporate all of the previous coaching and informal discussion. That's my opinion.
But Tiffany?
Yes, what do I know about the principles key in conduct performance? First is they must know that this is no longer a coaching session. And the next is we will help them, but they must also help themselves. And they must be directly asked to provide an explanations, reason or event or circumstances that have a behavior. And the next one is they need to ensure another supervisor or manager is present and that the employee has a representative. So the employee is not alone. And the last is all interviews should be recorded. And the first one is to be incorporate all of the previous coaching and informal discussions so there will be a proof or evidence. That is my answer. Thank you.
Thank you. How about Ifani?
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. For me, that the employees need to know that the sorry, they must know this no longer coaching. It is a perform process which your state, and that is boundary on stress, you will under. And then the second to last step is will be a final warning to follow by dismissal for a repeat breach for which there are no satisfactory explanations. And then second is we will help them, but they must also help themselves. They must be directly asked and say encouraged to provide any explanations, reason, or even circumstances that may have affect their behavior or should be taken into account in judging the seriousness of their misconduct. And they should be told to speak no if they have anything to say because of further willful or deliberate act of misconduct could lead to the termination of their employment. And the third is ensure another supervisor or manager preferably removed from the day-to-day management of the employee and is present and the employee has a representative. If they refuse to nominate one, you select a college to be present. And the last is all interviews should be recorded, and the first one needs to incorporate for the record and all the previous coaching and informal discussion that could be that should have taken place by any particular training, induction, or communication to employees about this type of behavior. Thank you.
Thank you, Ifani. How about Yaya?
So the third question is one, they must know this is not longer coaching. This is a formal process with a first step or perhaps a less if the misconduct is a bordering on serious and see below under serious misconduct. Two, we will help them, but they must also help themselves. They must be directly asked to provide any explanation, reason, or circumstances that may have affecting their behavior and should be taken into account in judging the seriousness of their misconduct. Three, ensure another supervisor or the manager, preferably removed from the day-to-day management of employee, is a present and that the employee has a representative. And the last one, all interviews should be recorded, and the first one needs to incorporate all the previous coaching and informal discussion that should have been taken place plus any particular training. That's my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. You all have the right answer. So that's the 4 key in principle in conduct performance. So we're going to the number 4 is dealing with employee complaint, and start with Irfani.
Okay, to dealing with these problems, that it's common sense that if you want a quality of a workplace which you need to develop for the workplace of coaching approach to be successful, people must be given respect, and the only way to ensure this happen is to set a clear expectation and hopefully with employees input about how people are required to behave towards each other. This includes a grievance procedure whereby an employee can confidently raise issues and know it will be dealt with both professionally and fairly. And if a response If a person wishes to be proceed with the complaint or grievance after an initial verbal notification, it must be put in writing and submitted to the offender if you propose to take formal disciplinary actions. And a team environment, it is not uncommon for an employee to simply want something to stop, and they don't want anyone punished. They don't want to make a formal complaint. They just want behavior to go stop. And if you have this inappropriate behavior, deal with your code of conduct on our induction program. And it's relatively simple to either go to the group and advise them. Thank you.
You. And how about Willa?
So the way in dealing with complaint for employee, several things that we can do. First, we need to listen fully to the complaint. So even if we think that the issue is just a light issue, we still need to listen it completely. And this will allow the employee to feel like their voice is heard. And sometimes they don't want any action at all. They just want us as the leader or manager to listen to them. Second one, tell the employee to keep the complaint to themselves. Employees might have love to gossip, and they will certainly be hoping for the other people to be on the same side with them. But when it comes to a formal complaint, they must keep it to themselves. And in turn, as a leader, we need also to keep the complaint to ourselves too. And then the third one is the answer action. So let our employee know that we will follow through. Don't make any further comment and just thank the employee for the information and tell them we will look into the matter. That's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Willa. How about Yaya?
So for the first question is every organization should have written policy which clearly explain to all employees that if they have a complaint or grievance regarding another employee or manager, they should follow a predetermined procedure. Ensure to set clear expectation about how people are required to behave toward each other. That's my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Yaya. How about Tiffany?
Okay, what will you do if dealing with complaints from employee? First is make sure that you understand fully the problem, allow the employee to talk without any interruption, and then next ask questions until you have a clear understanding of the facts. Then remain calm and control. Do not lose your temper or become accusatory. And the next is don't make decisions until you have obtained all the facts. After that, advise the employee of the decisions as soon as possible. Follow through with corrective actions as soon as possible. Also, delay may result in other problems. And the last is check back with the employee after taking action in order to determine if the issue has been completely resolved to his or her satisfaction. That is my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. So if we deal with the employee complaint, the simple thing that you can do is the first one is you have to listen to them, ask the question, and don't make any promise and find the right solution. But if they complain about how they work, maybe you have to tell them about the rules again that you have in your company. And if they cannot follow the rules, maybe it's not good for the company to keep the person. So we go into number 5. How about Willa?
So the first video is about how to handle disciplinary, dismissal, and performance management situation. So in this video, the first tip is always keeping a written record of all important conversation. If we are having important conversation with somebody about their performance or the way that they are done something, we still need to write it. The second tip is that beware that employees covertly record meeting, and it can really cause employers to come a cropper if their account of a conversation is different from the one that is recorded. The third tip is that raise and deal with issue promptly. And the last tip that the speaker tell in this video is that if we are a line manager and we want more detailed advice, we can ask HR if we need help. And while expanding about the topic, the speaker also give an illustration in the form of case study, which really helpful for the audiences in order to more understand about the topic. It is also expand about what things that need to be put in a disciplinary letter, like it needs to contain enough information, need to be specific with the allegation, and need to put some copies of any written evidence. Then it also talk about 11 tips for running a disciplinary here, and some of it are allow employee reasonable time to prepare case, sort out adjustment without delay, prepare for the meeting, and have a note taker present. That's my answer, Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you, Wila. How about Irfani?
Okay. On this video that I've got the uh, is about how to handle disciplinary dismissal and performance management or a situation. And in this video, that really he give us information about first is the basic of fair dismissal, then what is the dismissal, and what is the kind of dismissal they give us the study case, and second is that they give information about what should we put as a disciplinary letter, and then there's the 11 tips for running a disciplinary hearing, and there's the right to be accompanied, things that to think about before dismissing, and the last is offering an appeal. And a lot of this video give us like tips when we facing dismissal things and how to handle the problem. Thank you.
Thank you. How about Yaya?
Okay, so the first video, it teaches about to handle disciplinary dismissal and performance management situation. When in this disciplinary meeting, make sure allow people reasonable time to prepare the case, go through all evidence, and point out all of the performance response with the notes. Make careful notes and do not hurry in give a decision. Things to think about before dismissing, look at the company disciplinary rules in is this situation is already covered or not, and then be consistent and mitigation, like has employee learned from the mistake. That's my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Yaya. How about Tiffany?
Okay, the first video is talk about the tips on how to handle disciplinary dismissal and performance management situations. And the highlight that I got is the 5 fair performance dismissal. Our first, employer must show employee has been told about the required standards, given warnings about underperformance, and given time to improve. And second is recommend at least 2 warnings. And third is remember to there was a review period. And the fourth is if employee improved during review period and lapses soon after, it is reasonable to introduce longer extended review period. And the last is exceptionally, it is possible to dismiss for a performance lapse, usually involving a serious health and safety issues. That is my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. So the video number 5 is about how to discipline and dismissal the employer. So if you have a trouble employer, you have to do is like number 4, the first step and the simple step. And if that doesn't work, you have to give the warning line for them. And if still doesn't work, maybe you have to dismissal the employee because when they didn't follow the rules that you have in your company, like I said, it will do not work very long. And the rules is very important because you can see how they behave in their work and how they behave surrounding them. And the rules, it's for themselves to put themselves in professional and safe manner in the company. So that's my answer. So we're going to the number 6. But Wila?
So the second video title is when employees complain about each other. So in this video, it tells work environment. So based on this video, it tells that 90% of the time, the best action in that moment is to redirect the employee back to their coworkers. We as a leader or manager also can give a question that can create some cognitive dissonance. We also need to encourage the employee to pull their coworker aside and share each other concern directly and give feedback to each other. And last but not least, be sure to follow up with the employees in a day or 2 days later in order to answer how the conversation went and to debrief the employee personally. That's my answer, Elisa. Thank you.
Thank you, Willa. How about Yaya?
So the second video, it teaches about when employees complain about each other. When employees complain about each other, as a leader, you need to go further, get the team to agree that direct contact is the best first step, and help you direct reports, prepare for those conversations as needed. In the long run, you will enhance the communication skill of your team member. Ask employee what employees plan to say and give the feedback on the feedback employees plans are to share, and be sure to challenge any assumption employees might be making about their colleagues motive. That's my answer. Thank you.
Yeah. How about Irfani?
For me, then this video is about when employees complains about each other, and when employees complain about each other, it is easy to say to knock it off or work it out, which is pretty much when you said that anytime everyone would be fight. But as leader, you need to go further, get the team to agree that the right direct contact is the best first step, and help you direct as reports, prepare for those conversations as needed, and in the long run you will enhance the communication skills on your team members, and you won't have to deal with nearly as much the drama. I think it is.
How about Tiffany?
The second video is telling us about what to do. What should we do when employee complain each other? And there is a crucial step that we have to make sure that we don't skip over while facing this kind of issue. Is that before the employee leaves, over to help her or he prepare for that conversations, ask them what they plan to say, and give them feedback on the feedback she plans or he plans to share. And lastly is be sure to follow up with the employee a day or two later to ensure that the conversations took place, to find out how it went, and to do the brief to brief the employee. Thank you.
Thank you. And number 6, the video is about the employee complaint about another employer. So what you have to do, the first one, maybe you have to do put them in the private consultation, ask the question, and give the professional and fair solution so no one get the benefit too much from that. And you have to do, but when it's still going, it's not work, maybe you have to find the court issue, and maybe you have to give the best choice is like dismissal the one employer will have the biggest court issue. So that's my answer. So thank you. And then going back to Sir Adi.
Okay, so the discussion is very good. So the last topic of this book is how to handle the disciplinary, the disciplinary and the dismissal and the performance management situations, right? So it is very important, and it can this topic can be your guidance when you are the manager how to deal with the problem employees, right? So sometimes manager have as the problem employee. What is the problem employees? The problem the employee who always bring about the problems with the company, right? Yeah, so sometimes the man can dismiss, so but when the manager dismiss people, so when the people break the rules, or that is not disciplined, right? Are not disciplined and have misconduct, right? And they meet the performance of the company, right? Is so you can dismiss, but before dismissing your people, so you must also set the rule first and communicate your people, the rules, and you must set up the step how to dismiss the people. So the first you must you must have the disciplinary procedure and tell the disciplinary procedure to your people. Explain. Yeah. So when the people break the discipline rules, so the consequence is this, like this, etc. So the first, follow the disciplinary procedure, and then you must take notes and gather evidence. So you must have evidence if you want to dismiss your people. So that, yeah, you must have evidence. You must take notes, and gather the evidence, and then ensure you have all a fair and valid reason for the dismissal. Why you must give the fair reason why you dismiss your people. Give the reason, and you can call your people in your room, and you must ask your people, what something about this, and then listen to your people, and then you tell the reason why you dismiss your people. And then the first, take care not to discriminate. You may not discriminate, right? You may not. You must take care not to discriminate. Yeah, don't discriminate your people when you dismiss your people, right? And then invite the employees to the disciplinary meeting. So you must have meeting first, yeah, and then tell the reason and give the evidence. So how to have the evidence? Yeah, by recording the events, right? And the manager must also monitor the people, yeah, not only sit at your desk, yeah, but you as manager, so you must also monitor your people and record, record, what your people do at your place, right? Yeah, how do you record? Yeah, it depends on you, sir. Yeah, and then join the meeting and reconvene to communicate the outcome. This is the step how to dismiss your people. So sometimes dismissal is very important. It's necessary, yes, taken by you as a manager. Yeah, if the employees having a problem, yeah, you need to dismiss them, so right? Yeah. So, but before we dismiss them, we must have the procedure, yeah, to dismiss our people, yeah. What must you give to them, yeah, etc. Yeah, I think it's very good, yeah. So this book can be your guidance when you are the manager. So when you work as a manager in your office or in your company, so you can use this book, yeah, how to improve the performance through coaching, right? So the first, yeah, you must coach your people, yeah. But when your people cannot be taught anymore, yeah, always break the rules, yeah. So you must take action, yeah, to dismiss. Yeah, disciplinary is also very important, right? Discipline and it's very important. Yeah. So discipline is related to the performance, right? When your people are not disciplined, so the performance of your people will be low, right? And it will not contribute to the company, yeah. So you must act in this case. Okay. Any questions? So I have posted some research, yeah, journal, yeah, on WhatsApp group. So there are 7 research, yeah, done conducted by the expert in performance management. So the following the next days, the following next days, we will discuss about the research output, yeah. So there are 7 articles I posted on the WhatsApp group, and it's also you must yeah, lead the discussion. You can write as many questions as many questions as you can make, yeah, and discuss together. So next week we come back to the Irfani, yeah. So Irfani is the first article, achievement of what is the achievement of performance organizations, yeah. You can look at on WhatsApp group, yeah. I've posted the second article. So one is the achievement of organizational performance, yeah. Yeah, right. Have you look at the article?
Not yet, sir.
So you can look at on WhatsApp, yeah, on performance management group, yeah. So you can wait, and you must lead the discussion, yeah. So this will be I think you have done the seminar, yeah, and the seminar on performance or on human resource management, right? And by studying this, you can write thesis or paper, yeah, for your degree, yeah. Is the some some titles for your paper, maybe it's good, yeah. Achievement of achievement of performance. And then the second is come to define again, yeah, is employee performance at workplace, right? How to
Yes,
define it? Can help you open the article.
not yet, sir.
Not yet, no, yeah, because I posted this morning, yeah. Okay, so you can read them later, yeah, and you must read first the article, yeah, and then you must understand the article. So who wrote the article, and what is the benefit of this article? What is the purpose of the writer to write this article or to study this article, yeah, and then the impact of this article, so right, and what can you learn from this article, yeah, and then the venue must lead the discussion, and you can write a lot of questions, yeah, related to this article to, yeah, in discussion next week. And then Willia, yeah, is the third article is from performance definition, right? Yeah, Willia is from performance definition. Okay, will I have you read this article, Willia?
Not yet, sir.
Yeah, you can read later, yeah.
Okay.
You can open, you can download, and then read and understand, yeah. Because sometimes the student write the title, the influence of, for example, the influence of job satisfaction toward the people employ performance. So we can, what is the indicator of performance, right? So when you want to research the influence of job satisfaction toward the people performance, so you must define define the indicator of job satisfaction and the indicator of job performance, yeah. So that some later you can write the paper like this, yeah. Yeah, so you can correlate between the participation and performance, or compensation and performance, and then the style and performance, right? Yeah, sometimes many students write this, yeah. Many students who are interested in human management in writing papers, so choose this topic like that, yeah. Yeah, so they correlate like discipline and performance, compensation and performance, right? Yeah, and leadership style and performance, right, etc. Yeah, so you must know the indicator, you must know the variable. So by reading a lot of journal or research journal, you can know the variables and the indicators, how to write papers, right, and how to formulate the problem. What is the problem statements, right? What is the conceptual framework, right? And what is hypothesis, right? So you can learn this, yeah, because you are now in the 6th semester, yeah. So maybe next semester you will have seminar, yeah. Yeah, is it right? Will you have seminar next semester? Or proposal seminar? Yeah, maybe, yeah, next semester, yeah. You will have seminar proposal. You must know this, okay. And then the fourth is job performance, is led by Adelia, yeah. Adelia will lead this topic, yeah, job performance, yeah. Is a theory. What is job performance? What is indicator of job performance, like that, yeah. So you can also write a paper related to job performance, yeah, of your people in your company. Yes, right. You can write this job performance, right? And then Elisa, yeah, Elisa is performance and performance, yeah, the journal, yeah. Elisa, can you yeah? And then the last is Tasha Afia, yeah. Tasha is not present today, yeah. Maybe, yes. I didn't know, yeah, that today's we have course, yeah. Or maybe she oversleep, maybe, yeah, doesn't get up. So because of the fast one, yeah. Okay, I think that's so. And then if we have time, so we come to upon again the last paper, yeah. So 6 meeting, yeah. So it's meeting, and maybe you will have examination, yeah, final examination of performance, yeah. So okay, any question? Okay, I think if there's no comment and no question, I think it's time for me to say goodbye, yeah. So happy fasting, yeah. I hope that your fast will be better and better, Your past will make you healthy and healthier, so that, and then fast also will make you diligent to study. Yeah, I think thank you very much for your attention and your coming year. See you later next week. Goodbye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, sir.
Salam.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Sir.
Welcome.